What is up, you guys? It's the Fallout with If here, and today I'm going to be doing What If Deku Was Scorpion, part, I think 3, 2, one of those. Now anyway, guys, where we were last off, Deku basically killed the Nomu, and all that happened. Now we're going to the freaking the UA Sports Festival, and here's what happened. Basically, Deku and the girls are basically having their own time, and how do I say it? Freaking Reiko and Todoroki agree with each other about dating Deku together. Them telling Deku, but Deku is kind of happy in a way. Well, why would he be happy? Well, because this reminds him of his father, his mother, and his other mother. It's kind of like that joy that he felt back then. Just having the three of them love them. And now it's going to be like that. So basically, probably Deku's bloodline is like 2 women per 1 dude. Just making the, how do I say it? Just making a clan all together here. And Bakugo, he's with, let's say this, that Bakugo has somebody, which is Ochako. And, what about, let's see, female Kirishima? I could see Bakugo with female Kirishima, mostly because Bakugo's manly. She loves manly people. Not only that, she calls him Baku Bro still, And basically that all happens. I don't know. This is all still this is a new concept to have Bakugo as a brother. But anyway, you guys, what happened is the UA Sports Festival happens. Todoroki, Reiko, Bakugo, and him are basically all excited because now it's a new opportunity for everything to happen. Basically, Deku's just happy the fact that he gets to go race. Now, how you say it? The race starts, 3, 2, 1, go! And all that happens is Deku just basically teleports all the way to the end. Wow, Fallout, what the heck? That was so easy. Well, Deku doesn't want to waste energy that he doesn't need. Like, if you have the opportunity to race somebody and you have this, and you also have to do something, wouldn't you try to take a shortcut? Because believe it or not, you still need your energy for the rest of the stuff. Now Bakugo has this idea and does it as well. After that, Reiko's poltergeisting techniques come into play, and basically Todoroki has to go as fast as she can, but with her ice powers and her fire powers, she's just doing this. She's icing the floor while pushing with one hand and then having fire come out of the other. So basically, she's using her quirk as like sliding around, but also sliding around with fire being pushing them. So basically like a rocket. That all happens. Basically, the 4 of them are first place, and now they're talking, doing their own thing. And all the others are just like, oh, jeez. Oh, crap. Basically, 3 won by teleportation, although Deku was first. Then it was Bakugo, then Reiko, and then freaking Todoroki, since she couldn't actually teleport. She won by a technical default. She also won by default. Because all that happens, and yeah. So anyway, the race, let's see, the Trojan horse, not the Trojan horse, the horseman thing, and the riders. Basically, it's Deku, not Bakugo, freaking Todoroki and Reiko, and let's just say freaking who would be there? Okay, I found it out. It's basically that girl who does not Mai. I really forgot her name right now. But she's the techno freak. Calling them her babies. Her saying, do you guys want to use them? And Deku just says, no. No. These are the only things I need to use, which is basically his sword, his freaking spear and freaking chain and spear, or chain and kunai, and some other necessities. Her saying, "Oh, okay, might as well just, yeah, whoop-de-doo." And she feels sad, but he says, "Your technology looks very awesome. You should be taking pride in yourself." And her just being happy. The girls are pinching freaking Deku because, like, "Oh, so you're flirting with her now. Don't you already have two of us?" And Deku's like, "This is not the time to be doing that." And Deku just places in his hands somewhere. And the girls shut up for a second. And 3, 2, 1, go. Everything happens. Deku's in first place. Bakugo's in second. But if you want to hear this, Deku and Bakugo were mostly coming at each other because they wanted to see who was stronger. And it was mostly a tie due to the fact that other people wanted to attack. Monoma actually took the freaking thing from Bakugo. But Bakugo teleported and freaking knocked everybody down. And so Monoma loses. Yeah, pretty much that happens. Bakugo's exploding Deku, but Deku absorbing the fire and shooting it back out. Because, yeah, basically he's like, he's fire. It's in his nature. So, though it's basically a stalemate, but Bakugo has his freaking his freaking stuff with him, or basically another freaking headband. So yeah, he seals second place very good, or easily. Now, all that happens. Not Bakugo. The whole fight happens. Deku versus freaking Shinzo. That doesn't go well because Shinzo's all like, "Oh yeah, basically you're going to all lose. Now, walk around the arena." But Deku's a Hell Reaver. So Deku just basically snaps out of it immediately, not running towards, freaking teleporting behind Shinzo and grabbing him from the back, doing a German suplex, and basically giving him a concussion. He loses, and that's it. Now, Todoroki, basically, she's much more adept, so when Sero throws his tape, she burns it and basically fires up her quirk and shoots it at freaking Sero. Sero running away due to the fact that there's no way in hell that I'm going to be ever burned by somebody who has fire ever again. Due to the fact that probably Deku did something to the freaking Nomu, scarring him for life. Yeah, that all happens. Let's see. Bakugo. I forgot who Bakugo was fighting against. Let's see. Okay, Reiko versus freaking Kaminari. Kaminari's all like, "Well, Reiko, if you ever wanna go out with a stud like me, okay, I'll catch your name. But since since I gotta win, why don't we talk later?" He does all that, basically shooting a lot of electricity at freaking Reiko, but freaking Reiko, what is it called? Pushing away the lightning by what's called spiritual telekinesis, and basically the lightning's away. He's retarded. She teleports in front of Kaminari and walks him slowly and says, there, come on, let's go, and then lightly pushes him down, him falling, and him just like, yeah, awesome, yeah, retarded Pikachu mode. Now, what happens with freaking all the others? Everything goes on until, let's say, Ochako versus Bakugo. Oh yeah, that happens. Ochako versus Bakugo. Bakugo goes easy on her, and he grabs her and says, "I'm sorry, but I can't, but hurting you is not my thing." So he grabs her and tosses her out of the ring, her landing on her behind and saying, "Wait, what? What just happened?" Bakugo just basically teleported in front of her and grabbed her, teleported again, and tossed her out the ring. So all that attacking and all that freaking jerk thing that everybody got mad at Bakugo for, that doesn't happen. Now, Deku and... let's see. Hold on. Yeah, sheesh. You know, Kirishima still wins, but she's a little worse for wear due to the fact that she isn't as strong, or probably because of her, because she's a female, she's a little more weaker now. No offense to all the females out there, just saying. So anyway, freaking Bakugo versus Kirishima. He basically, knowing that she's going to fight, and Deku now knows that, Bakugo knows that, yeah, she's going to, try to hit him. He's just shooting out fire and explosions, basically much more harder. And since freaking Kirishima wasn't as, since she wasn't at 100%, or she, how do I say it? She's not 100%, but she didn't gain a lot of stamina back. So basically, she loses easily. But she got much more stronger due to her hardening core breaking its limits. Now, let's see. Deku versus freaking Todoroki. This happens when Deku just says, "Alright, Todoroki, it's me versus you." She says, "What are you going to do? Use your freaking teleportation?" And Deku says, No, I'm not going to do that. No. This is going to be... You know what? Hold on. I'm going to switch people. I'm going to switch it with freaking Reiko. And now the fight happens. Basically, Reiko gets shot at by fire. She dodging it and grabbing her portal, going to freaking push Todoroki away and hits her in the freaking face. All that happens, freaking Todoroki sees where the attack came from, but knowing that freaking Reiko is much more faster in this, beats her down, but Todoroki basically does an ice pillar. Now, Todoroki doesn't know this, but she's right behind him, or her, grabs her, does a judo flip, and just basically teleports her back into the, outside the ring. Her losing, Reiko wins, because if you guys don't think this would happen, her quirk is Poltergeist. Poltergeist is pretty cool. It's basically spiritual telekinesis and a mixture with freaking, what is that quirk called? Teleportation. And also freaking absorbing somebody's power, but not being able to use it. So an attack, let's say a gun tries to shoot you, or if somebody tries to shoot you with a gun, the bullet, you can actually teleport the bullet somewhere else. She teleported the ice somewhere else. Give me a second here. Now, some of you might say, "Oh no, freaking Endeavor's going to be mad." Nope. Not even one bit. He is proud that she has, has fought her best. You know why? Well, because Deku has fixed their relationship somewhat. Instead of freaking, somewhat fixed it. She doesn't hate him or hold anything against him nowadays. It's more of the fact that, how would I say this? She tolerates him to a high degree and calls him dad instead of that man, or father. Just says, "Hey, dad." And even though Endeavor tries to open up a lot, it's like it's slowly but surely just going by its own accord. Now anyway, he says, "You fought well, Todoroki." And she's like, "Thank you, Dad. I'm gonna go talk to Deku." And freaking Endeavor sometimes looking at this like, it's like he did fix our relationship by degrees, but it's like, They will not do anything until they're married. But once he finds out they've actually done something, they will not have a baby until they are married. So basically it's that. Reiko's parents adore freaking Deku. Deku's nice, he's polite, he's quiet towards people, doesn't do anything wrong, has good grades, and basically is muscular, so they're all like, yeah, that checks off our list. Now, anyway, Deku says, hey babe, you actually, you lost, but hey, you did your best. He gives her a head pat and a kiss on the face. And she's like, thank you, Deku. Because guess what? She's always, she's more of a sub. Let's just say that. She's more of a sub. Reiko is a sub as well, but not as much as Todoroki. But Deku is the dom. Okay, anyway. So, Deku goes up against who would be up against him? Oh yeah, he would be up against Ida, because it was freaking Ibarra that versed Kaminari. So yeah, basically Deku's like, oh jeez, I have no time for this. Grabs freaking Ida's face, smashes it in, kicking him in the freaking stomach, picking him up, and throwing him across the ring. Him touching his hand touching the freaking, the floor, or out of bounds by knockout. Yeah, so basically he got a double whammy right there. Now it's freaking Reiko versus, who would it be though? Reiko versus, what's his face? Katsuki. This whole thing goes down a lot more differently, with both of them having teleportation, but Reiko having a slight advantage due to the fact that she can sometimes block a lot of attacks with freaking her spiritual pressure or spiritual telekinesis. But due to the fact that Katsuki is also a Hell Reaver by default, he could basically slice through her attacks or defenses with ease. So basically, Katsuki just goes around and charges at her. Freaking Reiko teleports, but he teleports right behind her. She teleports again, but he teleports right behind her. If you guys saw Frieza versus the Yardrat, you would see where this is coming from. He can sense her chakra, and basically teleports behind her the moment he teleports behind him. So, all that happens, and freaking Reiko sees him, and Katsuki basically hits her in her freaking sides, and kicks her down to the ground. Both of them were up in the air, but Bakugo, having his Hell Reaver scythe, activated, about to slash her, but not really, because the freaking scabbard, or the scabbard itself, that's like around the freaking scythe, is being covered. But Deku knows that Katsuki will never kill her, so basically he just slams it down to the ground instead of on her, sending a shockwave, her falling to the ground, and Deku being right there, catching her, and they say out of bounds. Now, they would say that Deku interfered, but due to the fact that she was already knocked out cold, he just grabbed her and was preparing to just take her to the freaking nurse's office. Now, anyway, Bakugo versus Deku. This all happens. Deku says, well, brother, it's been a while since both of us have just fought, how would I say this? to our fullest potential, I have to say. Katsuki says, yeah, but you know me. I don't actually, give up that easily. Not only that, I'm technically much more stronger nowadays due to the training with All Might. Sorry, guys. But anyway, Bakugo just charges at him, Deku charges at him, sword and scythe clashing with one another. Deku just uses his freaking kunai with chain and tries to grab him, but Katsuki grabs the chain and pulls him away, pulls him towards him, kicking him in the face. Freaking Katsuki tries to teleport him, or teleport back at him. Oh no, teleports behind him, and Deku just kicks him in the stomach with a kick to the face, being known as the double kick. Now, Deku just grabs him by the leg and slams him down to the ground. Now, Katsuki feels this and says, sheesh, I didn't know you're gonna go this hard. And he uses One for All, which full cowling basically is fired all around his body, attacking Deku. But Deku says, this is time for me to use the Hell Reaver mode, huh? Katsuki says, I won't let you. And Deku teleports behind him, kicking him, and says, oh, it's time. And he basically summons Hell Reaver mode. Now, the both are clashing freaking 100% of a Hell Reaver versus a Hell Reaver slash freaking One for All user slash human. Both basically hitting each other very hard. It's kind of like a... It's kind of like a freaking... both are attacking each other, but both refuse to go down. But Deku, with the upper hand, kicks him in the freaking leg. Bakugo feeling his pain, reaching for his leg. Deku kicking his face, grabbing him now with the freaking chain, saying, get over here! And basically, grabs his neck, choke slamming him down, breaking the freaking floor. Bakugo gets up again and says, crap, I knew you were going to do that. And this is when he says, but I have my own kunai and chain. And he says, Black Whip. And grabs him with Black Whip, tendrils around him, about his freaking, I forgot whose quirk it was. But yeah, pretty much Deku says, what the heck? What is this? And he says, this is my other special abilities. And both communicate telepathically, saying this is actually a quirk from All Might, or one of his successors, I believe. And Deku says, oh, well, this is actually quite impressive. At least now you have your own kunai and chain. But Deku says, anyway, we should start fighting once again. And Bakugo says, all I need to do is just whip you around. And he whips him around, almost touching the freaking out of bounds. But Deku was caught grabbing his freaking, grabbing his grabbing his freaking, what is that thing called? The kunai and chain, hitting, throwing it to the freaking floor, and basically Deku pulling himself back in. That happens. Bakugo says, oh man, I knew you were going to do something with that. Deku says, yeah, but you already know me. We're both brothers after all. And the crowd is also, like, excited due to the fact that these two are brothers. Like I said, not a lot of people know about this, but they're all like, oh, anyway, we should get to... And Deku is right there, punching Bakugo in the gut. Bakugo only saw for a minute the crowd going wild, but not paying attention to Deku. Deku, taking the opportunity, punches him in the gut, and he says, a shinobi should not, or a true warrior from the Lin Kuei should not be... No, not the Lin Kuei. Oh, sheesh. We are from the Shirai Ryu, which means we have to always get, we always have to take the enemy by surprise. And Katsuki says, crap. Well, you got me good. kicking him in the freaking face. Bakugo saying, but you didn't think for a minute I let down my guard all the way, did ya? And freaking Katsuki doesn't know this, but a Hell Reaver is right behind him, grabbing him, and basically Deku says, oh, I already knew. Grabbing the freaking kunai with chain, pulling at him, or how you say it, not pulling at him, pulling him, yanking himself all the way to freaking Bakugo, hitting or doing a double kick onto his chest, him flying to the freaking floor, heading out of bounds. And Deku says, oh yeah, you should have known I was able to summon demons. You idiot. Everybody is going wild. The crowd is going wild. Everything is amazing. Deku says, well, brother, it's been a real fun experience with you, but you should have known that something like this was going to happen. Bakugo saying, crap. Since when did you... I thought only Dad can summon demons. And Deku says, nope. He's much more proficient in it, but it doesn't mean I wasn't training into using it either. Or I wasn't training myself to use it either. Bakugo says, crap. Kirishima and freaking Ochako come to Bakugo saying, Bakugo, are you okay? She said, and freaking Yujiro says, or Kirishima says, that was pretty manly. Freaking Reiko and Todoroki says, that was pretty much very entertaining, but you know you shouldn't have gone all the way. That's your brother, for crying out loud. Deku says, he'll be alright. No, anyway, why don't we just go and probably hang out in an arcade or something? They're like, yeah, let's go to an arcade. It might be fun. Todoroki's like, well, I'm coming too, I guess. After that, everything goes well. And yeah, pretty much I'm going to leave it off here. I gotta go to work. But I know on Wednesday I can stay up for a very long time. So anyway, this has been the Fallout With It here. Bye.